And right now, I think there's just a little bit of buzz there. You know, there's an I guess if you go on clinicaltrials.gov, there's the natural history study, which is open, and so there's a little buzz around that, like, hey, who's enrolled? Who's going to this site? Who's going to this site? Who has PT coming to them? This, that, and the other. So that's just where a little bit of the buzz is, and hopefully that just leads into the buzz for, you know, a potential trial, because everyone in our community knows that the natural history study, which I knew nothing about 10 months ago of what a natural history study was, is that this is all necessary and required in order for the trial to get approved and to move forward.
Yeah.
And so just knowing that there's a little buzz around that and people are enrolling and everything, that to me is good buzz, you know?
Yeah. No, it's true. That's another part of the learning curve is like, what's this? I mean, the vocabulary of these things is long and cumbersome, and then whole natural history study as an avenue, as one of the critical stepping stones towards a trial. Has Vale participated?
Yeah, she's enrolled in the natural history study, and we've already had one visit, and our third PT visit's coming up, and you know.
What happens in one of those studies? There weren't any when my daughter was alive.
It's a collection of, essentially, it's like a collection of all the medical data, right? So for us, it was like, I think when I enrolled, it was like 6 months of data, right? Or that she had at that point from her diagnosis on. I mean, there's some children who were 20, you know, teenagers. So the amount of medical data and medical records that they have, I mean, I think Vale had over 400 pages in just the, you know, few months of records that we had. So it's a lot, and I think it's a collection of, here's how I understand it. It's a collection of the data of just what happens to a child with Canavan disease, so that they can show the FDA, here's what will happen if there is not any treatment done. And as I understand it, it's to then to help with approvals of a drug gene therapy, and then to prevent having the requirement to do a placebo group, because without doing anything, here's the natural progression of this disease.